Assalamualaikum. In this video, we'll continue with the chapter 2 on the subtopic of vector. Okay, now I think in school you have done this. So let me recap a bit what you have done. The first thing that you have to know is a vector is a line segment. Consists of magnitude and direction. Okay, now it can be drawn like this with an arrow, with this as an initial point, and this is your terminal point. Okay, now representation of a vector, you can write it as, whether you name it as vector V or any unknown with this particular arrow on the top of your letter, or you can put the initial point as point A and the terminal point as point B. So what you can write is vector AB is the same as what you name it as vector V. Okay, so second thing that you have to know is that for equal vector, we'll be having the same direction and magnitude. Alright, for example, if you have vector V the same as vector U. Now why is it? This is V, this is U. It's the same length, same direction. So you can say that vector V is the same as vector U. Okay? Now the third one is you have to know zero vector. A zero vector when the vector has no magnitude and direction. Means none lah. There is no vector. Okay, zero vector. Okay, how about a negative vector? A negative vector is the opposite direction of the vector. It must have the same magnitude but opposite direction. Okay, for example, if you have vector V, this is vector V. Now the opposite direction is this. It has the same length but different direction. This is negative V. Okay, or if this one is named as U, let's say this is named as U, then U, vector U is vector negative V. There are operation of vectors where addition of vectors that you can do. Okay, now addition of vectors. So addition of vectors, if you refer in the textbook on the page of 121, there are two ways to do it. Okay, but I'm going to show only one way. Okay, the way of starting initial point to the terminal point, then you connect the dot or connect the starting and the end point. Alright, for example, if you are given, let's say this is vector U, okay, then there are vector V. Okay, if the question asks you what is the outcome of U plus V, so first draw your vector U. So this is vector U. So starting, this is your starting point, this is your starting point. Okay, now there, the terminal point or your end point here, you continue with your vector V. If addition is just simply add lah. This is going down with the same length and same direction of vector V. So this is your end for U, but starting for V. Now this is end for V. This is end for V. Okay, now where is U plus vector V? The outcome would be over here, from starting of the U going towards the end of vector V. Now this is U plus V. Okay, now let's look at another one. If we have U minus V, Okay, now u minus v, now positive u, so you have the same direction of positive u. Okay, now this is vector u. Vector v, instead of positive, you have a negative, so opposite direction. So this would be the opposite negative v. So you draw from this starting u to end of u, you draw the end of u with your new negative v. So the addition of these two would be starting u, end of v. So you're going to have this. So this is u minus v. Okay. Alright, so basically this is the way how you do it. Now, it doesn't happen like this only. Sometimes the question might ask you, what is a u plus by 2v? Now, you know u already. You know u from here. Okay. Now, what is 2v? Now, 2v basically a scalar of 2v. So, scalar of 2v, if this is 1 unit of v, now add on another one which is a scalar of 2. So, another v. So, let's see, this is your v. Now, add another v. So, this is 2v. The whole thing would be 2v over here. So, if you add the 2, we'll have the u over here. So, this is the u. Now, 2v will be going down. Right? Going down with the length of 2v. So, this is 2v. Now, the addition of the u plus 2v, starting u, end of 2v. So, you got this. So, you have this. This is u plus by 2v. Okay.